part 4 of the video on the 8662. I've been going through this step by step, narrowed it down. I was always looking around this area here, and it's sort of like it's basically now confirmed that, well, as far as I can tell, the A6A, sorry, the A6A4 no, not the A6A4. I'll get it right in a minute. A6A3 board, which is the HF distributor, is the problem. And let me show you what I've found. I haven't got a spectrum analyzer, but what I have found here is that the 160 comes in, and that's clearly okay here at this point here. Comes through here, comes through the passband filter, and then we got an 160 megahertz amplifier, and that the signal can be seen on this test point here. It goes to a 320 meg amplifier, which is unfortunately beyond the limits of my scope, but you can see that also on the Raycall counter. It comes up to 640 megs here, and that's a good clean strong signal at 640 megs. It looks absolutely fine. So next thing I did was I went through and checked all the other oscillators that are coming into the board. There's 3 points here with the 10 megahertz outputs that feed off to various parts of the board. They're all okay. All the inputs coming into that board checked okay. So the next thing I did was I tried to look at the outputs. Still no outputs at all. So what I did next was I looked at this point here, and this test point 16 is basically different. You expect to see different frequencies on this test point, with different frequencies from the front panel. And when I entered 320 megahertz here, it stayed at 640 megahertz. So I tried 330 megahertz input, and it's still at 640 meg, and at 490 640 meg. So I thought, okay, either these chips, there's something wrong with one of these chips, or there's a problem with one of the logic lines. So I followed it back, and if you follow these back, you can see that these 3 lines here, A, B and C, feed here, here and here, which go back through to the multiplex controller, and the multiplex controller comes back through here, and it goes to this board here, which has open collectors that drive the VCO control voltage, and various other things. So these open collectors feed straight into this point here to control the various frequencies to switch in and out on this A6A3 board. And if you see here, the first thing I thought, oh no, it's fed directly from a ROM. I thought, oh, I hope the ROM's not gone. So what I've done is I measured the collector voltages, and sure enough, they're switching fine, and I've written down the collector voltages, the collector logic. And so on the AX section, you can see this very clearly on the AX section here, that's the logic. It's high, low, low, respective to the frequencies. The other line, which is the AX line, so we've got the AX, the AY, sorry, the AY line is low, low, high, and the BL line is high, high, low. So that all looks absolutely fine. So it's obviously getting to this, like this comparator op-amp thing. Now these are a strange device. They're I can't for the minute think what they were called, but they're not a normal. They use 4-volt logic for some reason. I don't know if it will say here what they are, but they are. Will it say? They're not a standard device I've even never heard of. I'll add it to the notation underneath if I find out what they are. Well, I will find out what they are when I find out what they are. I'll put it down. So it's starting to look like there's possibly a problem with one of these, either one of these chips, or maybe something on the output here was holding it up or holding it down. So I'm starting to have to look around here. I'm hoping I can get a replacement board. I'm in contact with someone in this country who might have some spares. It really depends how much he wants for them. I don't spend a lot of money on it because it was given to me anyway. I mean, maybe that's a bit unfair. Maybe it's certainly worth keeping going. but I'm more or less pretty sure now the problem lies here. So that's where we are at the moment. Tonight's Sunday. I've been all week messing about with this, and it's been a long, slow sort of process working through all the loops and things like that. And this is times like this I really wish I had a spectrum analyzer, because it would have made things a lot easier to find. But we're getting somewhere, I think, and so see what happens on the next video. Thanks for watching.